Porch Piper Fritz here, talking to you from the closed confines of, of the Indiana Hideaway. No, it's not Porch Piper Fritz. Well, it's Fritz. Well, welcome all you nefarious characters. Porch Piper Tom was a friend of mine, so I'm just having a bit of sport with that young man. I think this one will be short because I don't have any notes, but I wanted to show something because I think I promised it. And as Heath Ledger's Joker says, I'm a man of my word. That, by the way, I think that is the right up there with one of the greatest film, as we say up in Canada, film performances of all time. I know it's not Pacino or De Niro, and certainly their work deserves credit, but Heath Ledger, I know this is horrible to say, but he almost had to die in real life after doing that because there was nowhere to go. He had already perfected the art. He had done something of such serious, as Porch Piper Tom might say, gravitas, that in an action film, and not in something that was a David Mamet staged production, that I don't know what mountain there was left for him to climb. I'm not a conspiracy theory in that regard, but really think about it. Anyway, um, you know who you are. Thank you. Oh, so I have a couple of things to show, and one of them is going to go bad, so that's why I'm doing this. We'll do that one first. But before I say that, where is the other? It's not 5 minutes. I can't curse. I want to curse. You would think I would actually figure out where to put the damn thing. Oh, there it is. Idiot. Oh, what am I smoking? You know, I once went to Boston and I had this great Italian meal at Mama Peretti's. Mama Peretti left a note on the wall. She said, Sonny, move out to the country. And I was sitting next to a fellow named Ramsey McDonald. And he said, this is my favorite blend of marinara sauce. I think I started smoking it eating it, pardon, I misspoke there, in 1874 or 1985. I can't remember. I tell you, it's going to be Sami's dot. Sami's dot. Sami's dot. Sami's dot. Oh, oh, oh. The ball and chain just came home. Thank you. The ball and chain just entered the domicile. She's going to be off for the next week. She's going to be all giddy. All giddy. Giddy. Silly. Giddy. Is it 5 minutes? I don't know. Can't curse yet. What I'm going to have to put up with. It's going to be like walking point in the Nam and on night patrol. For those of you who know, like me. Oh, she senses I'm making one of these fakakta videos, so she's trying to be quiet. But she won't. She's a ham. She will stick her nose into this. She will come in. She will say, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, I'm sharpening this blade. Oh, there she is. There she is. Hi. Oh, she's saying hi to Tyrandy, which is good. She usually ignores him. She ignores all men, all viable men, that is. Hi. Show off your roses. I'm going to. I'm going to. I'm gonna cook some of those. You cook it. You cook it. Is it 5 minutes? Yeah. You cook it, bitch. Okay. You want to show off the peppers? Okay. I was gonna do the flowers first, but they are beautiful. They're as beautiful as your smile. What? Why'd you have to go there? Or are you gonna fart now? From my bride of 38 years. Are you at least going to show yourself? No. No? Why? My first wife is in the picture. Like me to show myself. Yeah, but I know you want to. You want to so bad. Come on. Come on, cornbread. There you are. Are you jealous of my first wife, by the way? Yes. Good. Okay. Let me show the peppers. Show the peppers. So I had to bring in, as Porch Pepper Tom knows, we had a premature frost. I had to bring in the last of the peppers. These are not all the peppers that I've grown. These are just the last of them. So yeah, I got at least that many last week. Yeah, there you go. So now I hand them off to the appointed domicile recipient. Do you need coffee? Yeah. Make me a coffee. Isn't it? Yeah. I was going to show that off too. Isn't I got it. It's so round. What does it remind you of? El culo. El culo. Culo. You touching my culo. Reminds me of an apple. Yeah, I bet you. Yeah. Oh, so I'm past the 5 minute mark. I can curse now. Took my hat off too. Um, so she's off for the next week, and uh, the shit that I'm going to have to put up with for a week, it's beyond belief. So yes, I just got this. I guess I can't. I would love to say the fellow who was involved, maybe, perhaps. There's this platform. It's called Bay of E, and you can find things there. And maybe there's this thing called Palace, and it has a pipe in front of it. Pathetic. Anyway, if you can figure that jibber jabber out. Yeah. So it's a vaunt. So this is bad for you. This is bad, bad, bad. You should not waste your money on something that will make you excessively flatulent. This uh, give you premature impotence and make your defecations runny for the next 2 weeks, unless you're into that sort of thing. No judgments. So yes, it is from a German company called Vaughn, and it just caught my fancy. And the only other Vaughn I had was this one. Maybe this is a shape. This looks like the matches style. Forget that. Was that 673 from Savinelli, which I have one of them. Um, but I bought it because I'm all about the striation, which is on the stem, and the rustication. Well, it's kind of rusticated, but the color, most importantly. So I was a sucker for this one. I think I got this off of the uh, fatwad roking hikes. But I don't recall ever seeing another pipa from those folks. And then this one popped up. This is called an O-timer, not an old timer, an O-timer. And it came with the filter. It's a big sucker. So I smoked a whole bunch of aromatics today. I smoke about 8 to 10 bowls a day. No shit. Uh, and I don't really get tongue bite. If I smoke heavy aromatics and I'm outside and I'm working and I'm smoking those, and certain pipes and certain stems might give me a little bit of bite at the end of the day when I'm brushing my teeth, but not usually. And I vary. I go from, which I know makes me a bad pipe smoker, I go from an English to a mild aromatic to a vapor to this, etc. Because I got all these jars open. Well, I got all these jars and they're somewhat easily opened, so I can dip into them. Plastic containers, the suckers back there that you see. And so that's what I like to do. And I don't usually use, I don't ever use. I got from Mr. Bosco, he was very kind to part with from an estate sale, a 2001 Stanwell Christmas pipe. And it's the same thing. And he came with the filter, and I never smoked the filter, so this is why Simon's great. Even after the sale, you want to ask him a question, he'll do you a favor. He's as we say in our people, a mensch. He's a real mensch. I'm a pseudo mensch, but he's a real mensch. And I said, how do I? Because I think the filter came outside. There's one end that was white, one end was blue. Which end goes in? Which end goes in? Badupa, rim shot. And when do I take it out, and etc. When do I take it out? Um, just a tip. Uh, sorry, Simon. You don't deserve that. Um, so I smoked that. I don't remember going with heavy aromatics, but this time I did just to try it, and it's amazing what that filter does. I started off the day with the thing that gives me the most tongue bite of anything that I possess, which is a blend called Yuletide, which may have been purchased when I went up to Boston and had manigat, as we would say. That's how you pronounce it, manigat, at Mama Peretti's. Uh, that stuff stings. And yeah, the filter took it all away, but it also took away some of the flavor. So, you know, one thing leads to another. So these are some of my roses. I have about a half dozen varieties that I grow. And I just picked this one. I have several of these around in the living room. Frau Avert loves to. Well, Frau Avert loves to take pictures of this and put her on Instagram and claim she grew them. No, that's not true. But she does like taking pictures of them. By the way, I'm on Instagram. If you want even more of this shit, as if, well, you might be a masochist. It's Fritz small f underscore Avert, and it's similar but different to this channel. Welcome to the channel. I hate that. It's more my artistic side. I'm not an artist. Why? Because I've never put on an exhibition. No one's ever bought anything that I've done. But I did grow up and was heavily influenced by an artist, a very well-known minor artist by the name of Ray Johnson. He was affiliated with various New York schools in the 1950s and 60s. He was a precursor in many ways of Roy Lichtenstein and more specifically of Andy Warhol. As a matter of fact, Andy kind of stole some of his stuff, but Andy stole from everybody. Andy believed in stealing. Oh, I think my coffee is coming.
It's coming.
You may take this back, woman. Okay. Thank you. Oh, you brought in the right cup, too. See? This is full Patty Hearst training right here. Boom. She brings it to me in this. Very good. But in my heart, I'm an artist. And so I do semi-artistic things like this. This is more craft than it is art. But over on the Instagram, you'll see some of my actual artwork. And I usually work in collage, which I believe is a valid medium. But long story short, I made a whole bunch of money. And I decided that with my remaining days, what I wanted to do was read, smoke, Lunt, which is walking while smoking. Oh, there's a not a very good film, unfortunately. It's okay. By the name of Folks. Two F's, both small. Olkes. Roger Moore stars in it. Anthony Perkins is in it. It's about a real curmudgeon, Scottish variety, who is an underwater demolitions expert. He has to rescue an oil rig that some terrorists, this is from the late 70s, early 80s, trying to blow up. But he drinks scotch like it's water, loves cats. No wonder I like it. And I think Spooks makes a guest appearance. Okay. But he does needlepoint, the old fat, not crocheting, but the actual needlepoint where you go through the thing and stitch it and all that. And they're surprised that he does this. And he does it because, as he answers, it gives him time to think. That's absolutely true. That's why we smoke, I believe, in part, at least large part. That's also why I whittle. That's why I do things like this. I think I've shown this one. This one's more recent, I think. And by the way, if you'll pay for the postage, I shouldn't say this because I might get too many requests, but I will send you some of these. As you can tell, they tend to accumulate. And I know my cult-like following, there might be a few members. I've given them away and they seem to be well received. But that just might be people displaying what I have no conception of, which is the concept of good manners. Okay, so the one thing I really wanted to show is right over here. And this was a gift from, a totally undeserved gift from my good friend, James Steitle, who you should subscribe to, Stytle. It's from Canada. Absolutely gorgeous, as you can tell. So thank you very much. James Steitle is going to be the first non-Catholic ever beatified. That's my prediction. Very nice gentleman. I think it must be a mercy mission, uh, his friendship with myself. But I digress. Okay, that's it. The coffee. How was the coffee? It's good. Um, oh yeah, LL Bean chamois cloth, shirt. Not as good as it used to be. I have some that are literally almost 40 years old, but still a very good value. I think they were on sale. They usually go back on sale around Christmas time. And as you can see, they fit very nicely a full pipe pouch. Wear suspenders. They're much better than belts. Plus, they make you look like a codger. I don't like my hair. Very. I put the Aveda Brilliant Spray, not just the soft gel. Did not come out well. So there you have. I don't like the cut either. We're going to go to somebody new. But these are wild rags. Etsy has a bunch of ladies, usually in the West, who make them. And usually I tie them. But this one I put a clamp on because the clamp went so well with everything else here. And I really like this one. It's a mustard color. If it doesn't come out properly. And it covers up very nicely my Ozempic neck, which is really, in my case, oh Christ, what's the thing I take? Monjaro. Um, Neck. And it's great in the winter because my neck gets cold. And when you've lost a whole bunch of weight, your internals get all messed up and you get very sensitive to certain things. And cold hitting open skin is one of them. So most of you don't have that problem. You can disregard that piece of advice. And lastly, to completely um, non-related recommendations. So there was a pipe smoker back in the 1950s. He used to show up the early days of television when television was more highbrow. Oh, speaking of highbrow, I need to acknowledge that so far, Monsieur Minstrel de Stonehenge appears to be correct in his prognostication about this whole YouTube policy, which is fine. If it pissed me off, I would say it did. I would say, fuck you, Stonehenge. Fuck you. But this one, I got no skin in the game, other than some new subscribers to my cult-like following, not being able to see old videos where I wear my wife's clothes and massage counterclockwise. That'll be this way. My right nip, because it's the more sensitive one. And that's a shame. That's like saying to somebody, you can't watch De Niro as Travis Bickle in Taxi Driver or Olivier play Hamlet. It's a shame. But sometimes sacrifices have to be made. But other than North Georgia Piper, as of today, Friday, I don't know of anyone who's had nasty notes sent to them by the powers that be, the office, as 13 Pipes calls them, which is a good, I would say the ministry. I think that would be a little bit better because there's a show over here, he's probably not aware of it, called The Office. I haven't had a TV for 20 years, but if I know there was something, it was probably pretty big. And I had some staff that were big fans of it. Apparently, I was in packaging and it involved a paper company. So, but I digress. Stonehenge looks like he was right. And the ministry is using a scalpel because he's a nice guy, North Georgia Piper. But as he admitted to me in a comment, he did specifically make claims in a couple of his videos, and he believes in them. But that's what got him flagged. So how they culled through his entire library and picked out that differentiation, that's probably the most frightening aspect of the whole enterprise. But I've looked around, everyone seems to still be up their channels, that is. I even looked at some videos which talk specifically about comparisons of and what goes into them. They seem to still be around, so, fingers crossed. So I hope Stonehenge continues to be right in his prognostication, and we were all a bunch of ninnies who got our panties in a wad. Oh, I'm wearing a thong and it's asbestos. Oh. That's what I was starting to get Frau Ebert for Valentine's Day, an asbestos thong. And you wear it, bitch. You wear it with pride. Now that's a sign of a mass. That's a sign of a. It's not just a sexist. It's the August Strindberg Award winner, a misogynist. Thank you. That's a sign of a misogynist. But I know I'm not a misogynist because Mummy told me I wasn't, and she also told me never trust any other woman but me, and she was right. But I digress. So I'll finally end this. I might get another 30 minutes. There you go. Slavoj Zizek. Not Samizdat. Slavoj Zizek. So there was this guy in the 50s, Bertrand Russell, used to smoke pipe. He was a public philosopher, for lack of a better description. And that's what Slavoj is. He's a left wing Hegelian. And yes, there are right wing. Actually, I was a right wing Hegelian at one point in my precocious career. But I didn't turn that thing off. Now I'm going to have to end it quick. He's a left wing Hegelian. Check him out. Slavoj, last name Zizek. He's he got a bunch of ticks to him, physical ticks, and it's not an affectation. He really does suffer. Um, but if you're ever interested in weightier matters, you might be interested in watching a couple of because he's very animated and interesting in and of himself. And the last thing is, it just popped up on my feed the other day, and I realized I probably hadn't ever spoken about it. Um, there's a modern day composer by the name of Max Richter, Richter. And I think many of you are familiar with Vivaldi's Four Seasons. It's been used endlessly. There's actually a whole film that Alan Alda did based upon it. Um, it was almost a character in the film. It was a pretty good film, I thought, but didn't get good reviews. But I digress. He did a reinterpretation of it that it came out many years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever. But it's absolutely brilliant, and it's very accessible as well. It is not your typical classical music, so I give you that as a mint on the turn down pillow in the upscale hotel, which you take your Filipino tranny midget whore back to. Why did I have to end it with that? That'll get me flagged right there. That'll get me flagged. I probably should. Um, that's wrong. See, that's what happens when you do this. You say stupid things like that because it infects your brain. The old peanut, the cerveza, or cerveza, the cerveza, the coconut. But I digress. So I got a hell week in front of me, but I do have a pretty new pipe, Pippa, and just don't do it. Just don't do it. Every time you feel like picking this up and putting flame to it, instead, if you don't have one, buy a ball peen hammer and hit yourself in your nads. You're welcome. Where's the fucking button? Fuck you.